So welcome back, guys. As you can see, I've stolen the chair today for once. The healers are all very upset sitting on the floor over there, but they can get over it for one day. But today I wanted to kind of give an update on what's going on with Silver. I can't guarantee you guys aren't going to cry during the video. I can't guarantee I'm not going to cry, but I just wanted to give an update on what's happening with her and you know, things that might be happening. So for most of February, especially the first 2 weeks of February, Silver actually refused to get out of bed completely. She wasn't coming out with us whatsoever. Like, it was nothing but sleep and staying in her bed, isolating herself from the rest of us. Only 2 times did she actually come out on her own to get dinner. The rest of her meals I had to bring to her for those 2 weeks. And we actually discussed, you know, it is probably time. I actually felt somewhat ready to say my goodbyes to her, but I didn't want to do it in February because my birthday was on the 15th and I didn't really want to have that happen during my birthday. As selfish as some people might think that is, I didn't want to remember her leaving me during my birthday. So we decided to wait things out and see how she was after my birthday to make a decision. And after my birthday, she actually perked up a little bit. She started coming out again. I got greeted, I think, maybe once. She started doing her, you know, normal let me groom my siblings thing, you know, let me be the mama dog and help take care of the crew, you know, and we had some good moments with her that 3rd week. And there was even one moment where I almost completely lost my stuff because she actually wanted me to pet her. Like, she actually nudged me multiple times to get pets. And that's something I haven't gotten from her in a while. And to have that was kind of like, okay, well, maybe we should wait, you know, because we're having some better moments again. And her incontinence medicine seemed to be helping. Like, she wasn't having accidents in the house, or at least they weren't happening that often. But all that changed again, and we're having accidents in the house daily with her. She doesn't always come to eat again into the kitchen. It's very rare she will come all the way into the kitchen on her own. And regarding the accidents, like her incontinence, like the medicine, like I said, was helping, but it's not working anymore. We're having 1 to 2 accidents per day. She still drips when she walks, and I know some people have suggested diapers or pads and things like that. She is not tolerating those being on her body. She actually goes into a panic and freaks out over anything being wrapped around her little booty. So that's not an option. Our only thing that's working is, you know, stuffing her bed with, you know, puppy pads, putting puppy pads under her bed, putting puppy pads under the carpet. You know, there's like puppy pads all over my house for those whenever moments is going to happen, because she's actually, it's almost like every 2 hours she has to go. It seems like sometimes she can make it 4 hours, but I'm noticing she is leaking in her bed now. It's not, so I can't even tell the time frame of when she is going or isn't going anymore. And one of the new developments that's been happening this past week is, you know, she'll stand up and just poop falls out of her. Or for instance, today she actually went into the kitchen and took a poo in the kitchen. And that was with her actually being let out 5 minutes prior to that. And she still pooped in the kitchen and then went into the living room and proceeded to pee all over the rug again. That rug in my living room is absolutely shot. Nobody is, we're all kind of walking around the rug at this point because it's beyond cleaning and keeping sanitary, and even lining it underneath with puppy pads. Like we officially have an odor in the house. And now I'm sure some of you are probably like, well, you should have let her go a long time ago, and possibly, you know, you wouldn't tolerate a dog peeing and pooping that much in your house. But I am tolerating it because I'm still okay with trying to take care of her, but I will admit it is getting more and more stressful. The cleanliness aspect, or the lack thereof, is becoming a real issue. She is constantly now having a wet bottom. She is having poop stuck there because she can't keep her legs up properly when she's pooping, even outside. Like, things are getting stuck, so it's a constant cleaning of her. She does great for grooming though. Grooming senior dogs can be very difficult. It can be very challenging and very, very exhausting for them to go through it, but she actually sat through a whole grooming perfectly fine. She even let me do her nails, which made me extremely happy because I know what my clients used to go through watching their senior dogs have long nails and the shame they felt, and I totally sympathize with that at the time, even though I didn't have a senior dog, but I really sympathize with that now because when you have a senior puppy, it's really hard to sometimes keep them calm during a grooming. Sometimes they'll go into a frantic panic state and cause themselves so much anxiety, like it's just not worth doing the nail trim. But the fact she let me do the nail trim, I was super grateful for, because I know that helps her when she does attempt to walk. You know, and even though the cleanliness is a huge factor at this point, the other major issue I'm having is the fact she's starting not to get up at all on her own. I have to, a lot of times, lift her back end to get her going, or there's sometimes I will lift her back end and I'm walking with her, holding her butt up while she's walking forward. But even when I'm trying to help guide her or trying to lift her up, I feel her body collapse sometimes while I'm trying to hold her up, if that makes sense. Like, you can tell she doesn't have the strength to actually hold herself up anymore. All she wants to do is eat and stay in that bed. She doesn't want to be around us. When we try guiding her outside, she goes into a panic, a complete panic, like she doesn't recognize it's us touching her. And even the rare moments where it does seem like she still knows it's us trying to help her, she's either too stubborn to accept the help, or she still has a panic freak out moment and she will fall. So we're trying our best to keep her on leash all the time, but even on leash she sometimes panic. It's the whole panic thing because she does have senility issues. I know she can't hear as well as she used to. When I call her name, even loudly, she just doesn't respond. She just kind of sits there in a daze. And quite a few people on here have talked about how they possibly let their dog go too soon. And I definitely can relate to that. When it comes to Kage and Lucian, I definitely felt that it was too soon because they were both very young compared to Silver. But they were both obviously in pain. They were showing signs of pain. Silver does like labored breathing. She does this weird panting thing that happens, and that can be a sign of pain. That can also be a sign of just stress and anxiety in senior dogs. That is definitely still a quality of life issue and a pain thing, I feel anyways. And but that's what makes it hard with Silver, because it's like, because I almost feel like I'm saying goodbye to just my old baby. Like there's no good reason, you know. It's like, why should I say goodbye to her, you know, just because she's peeing and pooping in my house? But, and I know to some people that's like crazy, because they're like, why would you let the dog ruin your house? But she's given me so much, it's kind of like I will let her ruin a little bit because I can replace that stuff. But that's the tough part, is knowing if she really is in pain or not. And I'm starting to feel like she is. And I definitely, like, if I would look at this dog in anybody else's household, looking through like a vet tech's perspective, I would definitely be like, yes, it's time. Whenever you're ready, we're ready, type thing. And but the mommy and me and the, you know, that's my best friend. That side of me is having, and I did this too with my boys. I struggled really bad with like my medical side of my brain and my, you know, emotional side, trying to go back and forth between the two of what's the best decision. I know it probably is time. I keep praying that she goes on her own, but then at the same time, it's like, what if she goes on her own and I'm not downstairs when it happens? Like, to be able to be there literally with her as she leaves is important to me, I think, more than just letting her go on her own at home. Because if you ever watched an animal die, death can take months. I've only watched like my small critters have really long deaths. All my cats and dogs, we've helped them pass. But yeah, the smaller animals that we've had in our lifetime, like watching death happen, it doesn't happen quickly, and it's painful, and it's not, well, it's not always painful, but you know what I mean, it can be painful. And that's one thing that scares me with Silver, is that I'm waiting too long. I think that was my original point I was trying to get to. I'm sorry if it took me a while to get to that point, but I'm worried I wait too long and she will suffer, because I've noticed with her at night when I go check on her, is her breathing is what I call like the death breathing. I know that might sound weird, but it's this really very labored breathing, almost like it's not breathing, and it's like this big, and then it stops, and there's no breaths happening, and then it does it again, and there's no breaths happening. My fear is that one of these nights she's just gonna go during that and I won't be there for her. I don't know how else to describe it, but then sometimes there'll be some slow breaths in between those big gasps for air. And I remember seeing that with my one ferret. He had that kind of breathing, and it's just, and he took months to pass. I don't want that for Silver. So the plan of action that we have right now is to keep feeding her, for one, as much as she wants, because we already know she's underweight from her last vet checkup. I have been feeding her not just whatever she wants, but I'm trying to give her more protein stuff. I'm trying to give her better things and I know probably everything I'm doing is not gonna be worth a damn, because, you know, senior dogs, not all of them, but, you know, once they start losing muscle mass, sometimes it's part of their aging process. I mean, as humans go through that too, and no matter what amount of protein you give, it's not going to rebuild that muscle. So the plan is to take her in next week and to get a weight check done for sure, to see if anything I'm doing is helping at all, because it might not, it probably isn't, but if her weight drops anymore, then we will be talking about when to say our goodbyes. And even if her weight is the same, I will probably do blood work just to see if there's anything else going on. That way I know definitely if we should do this like right away, or we can wait another couple weeks. And I know I'm probably being selfish, and but I don't think I'm being selfish. I personally feel like me and her are both being extremely stubborn to not let each other go, because she is my soulmate dog. I am still shocked that she is still with us now. Like, I really was scared there in February. Like if she would have passed on my birthday, then, you know, fine. Like, that's different. That would have been a natural thing. But like, I'm surprised she's still hanging on at all, because she really, every day is a struggle for her. You know, they always say weigh the good days and bad days. I don't have any good days with her. Even that week where we had, you know, those moments were so little compared to all the struggles she had pulling herself up the steps. Like, she really does curl her feet and try to, and just every ounce of her being try to pull herself up. And she does it, but it's like, it's not fair to her. And it's definitely not fair that she is lying in her own feces and stuff. And as much as I try cleaning, it happens daily, and that's all I feel like I'm doing, is cleaning up her stuff. And I definitely feel like right now I'm going through like a pre-grief process. Like, like none of us thought she'd make it to 17, and here she is at 17 and 5 months old, you know. And I've been very lucky and blessed to have her as long as I have had, but it's getting tough. And you know, whether it's waiting too long or doing it too soon, I think at the end of the day, when it comes to these decisions, it should be more about how much you can take and how much they can take, and gotta play all those factors in, because there's so many factors on end of life decisions. You know, there's financial things, which we're thinking about too, because the medicine that we spend, the money we spend per month on medicine just to keep her going, and now that the medicine is slowly starting to not seem like it's benefiting her, there's that thing. There's also the stress that it causes you. Like, I mean, I can say all I want to that, you know, oh, I'll clean up her forever in a day. It gets to a person when you're doing it literally daily. And I'm not talking small pee amounts. Like, when she pees, it's like someone took a gallon of water and just flung it all over the floor. Like, it's that much pee. That's kind of where things are with Silver. And I probably mentioned it before, but yeah, we've done all the end of life tests. She's definitely at the final stage. So it's basically checking to make sure she's comfortable. But the fact that I can feel her giving up. Yeah, that's hard. That's really hard. But she's definitely not living. I mean, she's living, but she's not, it's definitely not a quality of life. She's just kind of existing. We'll see what the vet says next week, and yeah, we'll just keep doing what we're doing for her. At this point, it's not just me cleaning up after her. The whole family is cleaning up after this beautiful old girl. Anyway, I'm going to be done with this video because I'm about to cry. I can feel it. So I'm going to do that off camera because there's enough videos of me crying on the internet. So, but anyway, thank you guys for watching and for listening. And just remember, when it comes to making these decisions, there's no right or wrong. It's just unfortunately something we have to do. Anyway, take care, everyone. Remember to click like and subscribe, even though I'm not sure why you'd click like on a sad video like this. Well, to honor Silver, that's why we'd click like, right? But anyway, take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.